Welcome back to the podcast. I hope you are well and I hope you're having a beautiful day and you look amazing today, in case no one's told you that so far. We're going to be talking about how to have more freedom, more success, more love, more money, more great sex in your life, how to have life on your terms, how to create a life that you love, that inspires you. I'm going to show you how to be doing that right here in this podcast. 6 steps to success, 6 steps to have the life of your fucking dreams. I'm going to show you that literally step by step today. If you haven't already, guys, I'm going to ask a massive favor. Like the video down below and comment and subscribe. It just helps me reach more people, help more people, and I really do appreciate it. And by the end of the podcast, if you've gotten that value that you are going to get, that I believe you're going to get, then share this with a friend, okay? It's going to help more people, touch more people, change more lives, okay? Let's rock and roll. Firstly, guys, the first step before you can create a life on your terms, how to have a life that you love, how to have a life that you wake up and you love living. You're excited to get out of bed. Remember when it was Christmas, when you were a kid and you were excited to get out of bed, you jumped out of bed, you couldn't sleep properly. You can have a life like that where you literally get to do things every single day that you love. Are there going to be times where you got to work hard and there's going to be things that you don't really necessarily want to do? Of course, that's part of life. Life's not one-sided. There are moments and things like I don't get that excited to do my emails right now. So there are some things you got to do, but as a whole, you can have a life that you love, not waking up on a fucking Monday morning and dreading going to work. Like, oh my God, I got to go back to work. I got to go do this. And it's literally to pay the bills. You can get to a point where you have a life that you love. You got a beautiful relationship. You got love in your life. You've got great health. You've got great finances coming in. Your money is on point. Your health is on point. You can do that. But the very, very first step, the first pillar of this is that you need to understand who you are. I want to share a story. When I was younger, I used to try and be someone else to fit in. I would be someone else to make friends. I would be someone else so I wasn't isolated, because I struggled making friends when I was younger. It was a big pain point for me. But if I'm being someone who I'm not, then how are you going to create a life that you truly want? Because if you're being someone that you're not, the things that you attract, the things that you create, the things that you achieve are based on someone who isn't you. You will never be fulfilled trying to be number 2 of someone else. You are fulfilled by being the most authentic version of you. So it's so important to know who that person is, right? How do you remove all of that ego, all of those personas, all of those masks, all of those barriers and walls that we've put up because of our pain, because of our trauma, because of our wound, because of our environment, because of our conditioning growing up? There's obviously reasons why it's like that, and there's reasons why we try to be someone that we're not. There's reasons for it. But for you to really get a life that you fucking love, you got to get clear on who you are. If you want to drive somewhere, you want to have a map, which is one of the steps in this conversation, but you need to know where you're starting from. Where's your starting point? If you want to go from A to B, you need to know where A is. You need to know where your starting point is. And again, that comes back to knowing who you authentically are. So my question, who is you? What do you love? What's meaningful to you? What are your values? I talk about that almost every single video. We have a unique set of values to us that's important for our life, for us to be happy, for us to be fulfilled. And if you're not living to that, you will experience low self-worth. I've done many videos on self-worth. Go watch those. You got to get clear on your values, guys. Got to get clear on who you are. What do you enjoy? What fills up your cup? Because what makes you happy is unique to you. No one person or no 2 people have the exact same set of values. We're all unique, which is beautiful. That's our gift. So you understand what they are and you be that person. You don't be number 2 of someone else. You be number 1 of you. That's how you feel great. Second step, you want to have the vision. That's understanding where do you want to go. If you are literally have no clue where you want to go in life and you will just be reacting to what happens. Yeah, I might want to go do that. You know what? That's a good idea. Let me try that. And you just don't know where the hell you're going. It's like having no end destination. So again, we want to know where we're starting, but we want to know where we're going. So what does the vision for your life look like? I remember back when I was at school, and it's always that question, what do you want to do with yourself? And I had like a rough idea. I was like, yeah, maybe I want to be a teacher, like a high school teacher. Maybe I want to be a physio. But it didn't inspire me that much. I was doing it because that was what was, quote, meant to be, to get a job, to go get a high paying job, to go to university, to go get a mortgage, to go work for 40, 50 years. And that was, I was doing the best with what I had right back then. But I didn't know any better. I didn't understand that you can make money really doing what you love outside of just a traditional job. You can start a business or become a part of a business that is truly inspiring to you. Like, I actually I was a teacher aide for a little bit of time because I wanted to go test out what being a teacher is like. I understand they're not the exact same thing, but there's obviously similarities there. And I didn't enjoy the parts that I thought I was going to enjoy. There was parts I did enjoy, of course, but it wasn't really fulfilling to me. It wasn't really meaningful to me. So the point is, the second pillar, you gotta know where you're going. And if you don't have that vision, you're not going to have the energy and the desire and be willing to take the action to get there. Because why would you? Why? Because to get from where you are to your vision requires effort, requires energy, requires action, requires failing, it requires growing, requires learning, requires putting yourself in a position where people might laugh at you, where you're going to have people criticize you, where you're going to have people, bring you down. That's a part of making success and taking action. That's a part of it. And if your vision wasn't meaningful enough for you to do it, why the fuck would you? Why wouldn't you just stay exactly where you are and just tolerate where your life is and just be okay with that? And that's what most people do. So you got to get clear on what's the outcome, what's the vision, what's the end destination, and why would you be willing to get there? Why do you want to get there? And what's the price that needs to be paid to get there? And are you willing to pay that price? So the second pillar is your vision. Where are you going? Why do you want to get there? Why is that so important to you? Third step is you do need a plan. So you do need that map. So we've got, okay, this is where I am. This is the starting position. There's the vision. That's step 2. Where am I going? Then how the fuck am I getting there? How am I going to go from where I am to where I want to be? If you want to have a life where you're earning $10,000 a week from businesses or assets that pay you without working, so then you can read books all day and make content all day, or be a mother all day, or be a father all day, or go traveling all day. Beautiful. There's people doing that right now. There's fucking 15-year-olds, 12-year-olds online on YouTube making hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars every single day, every single week, every single year. Why can't you do that? Look at Mr. Beast, for anyone that knows him. Earns tens of millions of dollars from making fucking YouTube videos. You can make money doing anything these days, and that's the beautiful part. So you want to get clear on, how am I going to get there? If that's the life that I want to live, I want to have a life on my terms, I know who I am, I know where I'm going, well, how am I going to get there? And that comes down to learning finances, learning about vehicles, learning about opportunities, learning about businesses, learning about scaling, learning about investments. That comes a part of it, and that's one of the steps we're about to get to. But you got to figure out how you're going to get there. You can go obviously talk to mentors, you can get coaches, you can get books, you can get podcasts like you're listening to right now. But you got to get clear on, how the hell am I going to get there? How am I going to earn that level of money? And if you're just getting started, it might not be possible. You might not understand that. You might not, oh my God, how do you earn $10,000 a week? How do you earn $30,000 a week? How do you earn $100,000 a week? There's people doing it right now. Why can't you? There's no difference between you and them. Everyone has their own unique set of skills and talents and gifts. But in terms of opportunity, in terms of access to information, we've got Google, we've got ChatGPT, we've got books, we've got the internet. You've got access to it. You just got to be willing to pay the price, which goes back to the previous step. What's the vision? What's the price to pay to get there? And are you willing to pay the price? Most people aren't willing to do it. Fourth step is your mindset. I remember for me, I had so much self-doubt. I remember my self-image was so shit. I remember I didn't believe I was worthy of love, that I was worthy of wealth, that I was worthy of success, that I was worthy of freedom. Because that was just the conditioning that I had growing up. That was the beliefs that I picked up from my parents, from my friends, from my family, from the role models in my life. That was just the beliefs I had. I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't believe I was worthy. I didn't believe that I could have that. I had all these limiting beliefs around my intelligence, around my love, around relationships. I used to literally have the belief that relationships are painful. That was the old belief I used to have. But then learning that because of neuroplasticity and how the mind works and how the brain works, that you can change that shit. You can teach old dogs new tricks. Your brain never stops transforming. It never stops growing. It's always moldable. Can it be harder when you get older? Yes, you can, because I think by the age you're 35, 95 to 97% of what we do is on autopilot. It's literally your body's just going through robot zone. That's just how it works. It's unconscious behavior. But you can, with the right tools, with the right actions, you can rewrite anything. There are people that have their kind of epiphany moment and wake up moment when they're in their 50s, 60s, or 70s. I would recommend doing it sooner rather than later, but it's possible. You got to get around the right people. You got to get in the right environment. You got to learn the right skills. You got to learn from the right people. You got to take the right action. But everything is rewirable. You can code your mind for success. You can code your beliefs for success. But if you've got limiting beliefs like I did, I had a fuckload of them, and I've still got more that I'm working on. If you always, just hear me when I say this, you always make your beliefs true. You will always make your beliefs true. If you believe you are not good enough, or you're not worthy, or success is hard, or I can't lose weight, or losing weight is hard, or relationships are painful, or I don't deserve a loving relationship, you will make that true. So whatever you believe is correct. Henry Ford said it really fucking well. If you believe you can, or if you believe you can't, you are right. Because you will make it right. You will find things in your perceptions, in your world, in your life to confirm the beliefs that you have about yourself. Because that ties into the fifth step. Step number 5, secret number 5, is you got to have the right skill set. Success in life is 80% mindset, 20% skill set. Yes, you need to know how to build the business. You need to know how to sell. You need to know how to hire people. You need to know how to, whatever it may be. You need to know how to go to the gym and do the bicep curls and do the squats and eat the right food. But if you don't have the right mindset to do that, you self-sabotage like no tomorrow, like I used to do, or you didn't believe in yourself, or you self-doubted yourself, or your self-image was shit, you can give 2 people the exact same opportunity, the exact same vehicle, the exact same skill sets. One of them can go out and create a life on his or her terms. And one can always just fucking complain that their life is shit and it's not where they want it to be. That happens day in, day out. If you're listening to this podcast right now, this video right now, what's stopping you from just Googling how to make money online? How to start a business? How do I leave my shit relationship? How do I attract the right relationship? There's nothing stopping you from finding the skills. The skill sets are fucking everywhere. It's generally the mindset that's stopping you from getting there, or from stopping you from finding it, or stopping you from executing on it. But don't get me wrong, skill sets is a part of it. It's running east looking for a sunset. You might be so motivated and so inspired and so focused and so determined and so willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to get there, but you're running east looking for a sunset. You're running the wrong way. I don't care how motivated you are. I don't care how inspired you are. I don't care how focused you are. I don't care how much you want it and how much it means to you. If you're running the wrong direction, you're never going to get there. So you need the right skill sets. You got to have that too. You got to learn that. You got to go gather that information. You need to go read the right books. You need to go get the right mentors, get the right coaches, get the right environments to help you learn, again, the skill set, but also the mindset as well, which I believe is actually more important. Now, the last secret, guys, to having a life that you love, to having freedom, to having success, to having love, to having amazing sex, to having all the money in the world, you got to get around the right environment. You become who you hang with. You've heard that 1,000 times through motivational videos or through shit that you've seen online on social media. You become who you hang with. If you hang around losers, you become a loser. If you hang around success-driven, entrepreneurial, freedom fighters, freedom finders, success makers, you will become like them. If you hang around millionaires, you will become a millionaire. You hang around healthy, fit people that look after their health, you will become like them because you pick up each other's beliefs. You challenge each other to either grow or to stay small and to stay where you are. So you got to get around the right people. And sometimes you got to pay for that. Often you do when you start to evolve as you grow, is you got to start paying to get into those environments, paying to go to courses, paying to go to seminars, paying to go to environments where those people are hanging out. And if you're willing, if your vision, back to the previous step, is meaningful enough for you to get there, then you'll be willing to do that. I've paid hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands of dollars for events, for mentors, for coaches, just to help me see the shit that I don't see. Call me out on my shitty beliefs. Pull me out on the things that I'm not doing or that I can't see that I'm doing wrong that's stopping me from getting what I want, to teach me the skill sets. So you got to get around the right people. And a little sort of sub point to that is look at mentorship, look at coaches, look at doing courses. I recommend minimum doing three-ish courses a year. That's what I do. I do between 3 to 4 courses a year. I always have mentors. I'm always reading books. I'm reading books at the moment. I read books every single day. You don't have to do courses, guys. You can read books. It just depends on your learning style, right? Like, I like books as well, but I like having courses where I can ask questions, and I'm quite a visual learner, so I like to see things. So obviously the benefit of doing courses is you obviously get to meet the people that are doing it with you if it's a live event, if it's a live course. So you get to network as you do that as well. So that's a benefit of doing that. But you got to learn, guys. You got to learn. I'm going to go through those 6 steps. I'm going to go through those 6 secrets to having more love, success, freedom, money, love, health in your life. You, number 1, need to know who you are. Who's the authentic version of you? Not the mask, the persona, the bullshit that you've tried to be to fit in. Don't be number 2 of someone else. Be number 1 of who you are. Number 2, you got to know where you're going. You got to have the vision. What does life look like? What do you want your life to look like? From your health to your finances, to your relationships, to your friendships, to your wealth, to travel, to experiences, whatever it is that is meaningful to you. What do you want your life to look like? 3, you got to have a plan. How are you going to get there? How are you going to earn the money needed for you to have that life? Because generally it's the resources. Because if you had unlimited resources, you could have that life right now. Not necessarily, because maybe obviously there's personal stuff you got to work on to have the relationship to obviously get to that point. But generally, once you've got the resources in terms of cash flow, it gives you the ability to have the life that you want, to have the house that you want, to train where you want, to live where you want, to have the things that you want. Obviously, relationships and other things aren't necessarily just a money thing. That's more of a personal thing. You got to work on yourself. Number 4, guys, you got to have that mindset, okay? You got to work on that mindset. Success in life is 80% psychology, 20% mechanics. It's 80% mindset, 20% skill set. So you got to work on that shit, guys. You got to work on your mindset. If your mindset is shit, if you don't believe in yourself, if your self-worth is terrible, if your self-image is terrible, if you got inner shit that you haven't worked through yet, it's going to stop you from implementing the skills. It's going to stop you from finding the skills. It's going to stop you from having the tough conversations. It's going to stop you from actually taking action. Step 5 is the skill set. So you do need those skills. You can't be just excited as hell and super motivated and ready to rock and roll and not have those skill sets. So you got to learn the skills. How do you sell? How do you hire people? How do you run a Facebook ad? How do you build the house? How do you go to the gym? How many calories do you need to eat? How do you train properly? You need the skill sets, but you need the mindset to go find the skills and to go follow through with the skills. And the last step, guys, is get in the right environment. And whether that be a coach or a mentor or a course or a book or the people that you hang around, the top 5 people that you hang around are most important. So if your partner or your friends or your family are negative or holding you back or aren't challenging you to grow, then you are going to stay where you are. You become like them. You're the average of those 5 people that you hang around. So you got to make that decision, guys, that you're willing to find those people. You're willing to reach out. Just literally reach out to people on social media. Because successful people want to be around successful people. They're very selective. And they're very... they value their time a lot. So a lot of the time you got to pay for it. I remember one of my mentors was $1,100 an hour. And a lot of it was just calling me out on my own shit. obviously helping me with skill sets, but a lot of it's mindset. How do you work on my mindset? How do I grow as a human being? How do I become the best fucking version of me to create the success that I want in my life? You got to go do that. Guys, I hope you got value from this. If you did, please, if you haven't already, like the video, comment down below, subscribe, share this with a friend. Go share this with a friend that wants more success and love and money and sex and health in their life. Go share it with them. Go help more people. Help me help more people. I hope you're well. If you're interested in working on you and you're aligned with me, you vibe with me, you like my content, you like my teaching style, and you're interested in potentially growing through me, I'd love to serve you. There's a link down below if you're interested in a free strategy call with me. You get one free strategy call. That is it. If you're willing to work, if you're ready to heal, if you're ready to grow, if you want to create a life on your terms, then I'd love to serve you. Thank you for listening to this podcast. Hope you got value from it. I'll see you soon.